Hey, what's up, y'all? I've been sitting here 10 minutes. The audio was acting up. I don't, technical difficulties, but at least I fixed it before it got on stream. But anyway, it's probably gonna be like Friday. But, long, some of y'all been waiting, but I was ready to go live at 10:59. Audio was not working. Anyway, this is gonna be another quick one like Friday, and I think it's gonna be much quicker. So if you got some comments, questions, and concerns, stuff you want to ask, concerning my opinion, we'll say opinion because not much is fact in this industry. But I do got some important stuff I want to talk about. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be it's got to be shorter than Friday. I don't see why it'd be longer. But go ahead and get your comments and questions in. Yeah, I'm listening. I'm just being real. I don't. To me, there's no uncertainty about the outcome of tomorrow's election. I see everybody talking about swing states and early voters, late voters, stragglers, voter fraud, machines voting without ID. Bro, I really don't care about any of this stuff. Trump will be in there, and then we'll see what happens from there. I have no uncertainty about none. There's no, just feels like the last minute of the movies. I'm gonna use the action movie for example. The action movie, hero goes on a journey, blah 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 blah. Then those old, actually new action movies too, but those old school ones, you always end up in a warehouse. Hero goes into the warehouse and it's like you think they win in kind of like because like what last week there was like, oh, Trump is up 30%, blah blah blah. There's no way she can win. All of a sudden they got to throw the little catalyst in there, and that's when the hero's running through the warehouse. He's shooting people, then he trips on a pipe, and then the guy, they tie him up in the chair. You're like, dang, I thought he was winning. Now he tied up in the chair. Oh my gosh, who's gonna help him? So they got to give you the last minute little adrenaline rush at the end. Like, wait a minute, guys, this is closer than we thought. It looks like Kamala's coming back. Let's get scared and dump off our liquidity. But that's really just them dumping on your heads and taking profits. And they use bullcrap terms like we de-risking before elections or whatever. But that's really just the whales, BlackRock and all them just dumping on your heads. So they're like, let's go ahead and take these profits real quick before it runs back up. That's the BS they running, but I'm not falling for it. But anyway, I just can't wait for tomorrow to be over with. I'm sick and tired of seeing people fussing. Sick and tired of hearing about election fraud and identity fraud and non-documented people voting and all this trash. I'm sick of it. So I can't wait till it's over. Sorry, I just had to get that out. I only got two things on the slides and I got some other notes and we're going to get out of here. But I think it's some important stuff you should know. Right now, Bitcoin is sitting at 68,700, somewhere around there because everybody's de-risk and all that kind of stuff. And everybody's in a state of uncertainty and people don't know where the market is going to go. So this is where we are. It's going to be a volatile week, going to be a volatile 48 hours, all that kind of good stuff. Get you some popcorn, ice cream, whatever you choose. Watch the TV, watch people fuss online until the apocalypse is over. So anyway, moving right along. I'm always gonna tell y'all the truth from what I think. I was very I was very I was very excited when the whole AI meme thing came along, whatever. Goat was the first mover. Then we got into Janan and all that stuff. Full transparency, I'm also tired of that as well. It's just about up there with the elections right now. There's just so much stuff going on, so many rug pulls, stuff that keeps happening that looks really fishy, to be honest. And now, as of lately, the main one that started all with True Terminal, Mark, and all them, whatever, it's talking about, oh my gosh, the website got hacked and they launched a fake token, but it's a scam. Don't buy it. It's too many of these things with y'all getting hacked, fake tokens being launched that was shielded on your page that you said wasn't you shielding it. So that fast, yes, because that is the human nature that fast. 2 weeks ago, I was very bullish on it. You can make some money here, but it's just full of foolishness. I'm really tired of it. And so, as I keep saying, is there money to be made there? I'm pretty sure that there is, but this is not the point where I want to be taking risk. And that's one of the most important things I'm going to talk about in this live. And we should be out of here in 15 minutes. But I'm kind of tired of it. But then they said they stole the GoTzy website and launched a fake token. Token is a scam. I'm working with GoDaddy to get it back ASAP. In the meantime, do not buy the token. Do not go to the website. And one of the most important things I'm saying in the stream is you got to watch what the sentiment of the market is. And I've been saying that over a couple of weeks because everybody keeps saying, man, the stuff that keeps happening, man, this ain't no AI or whatever. And a lot of people saying, hey, man, don't worry. It's just FUD in the beginning and then it's going to run it back. It could run it back. I don't care. I'll find something else to make money on. I'm just really tired of the whole narrative right now. But a lot of people are saying that. I'm gonna come back to this because it's one of my most important things I'm gonna talk about. Um, I was gonna say this last. Let me just go and knock this one out, and then I'm gonna go to my notes, and we gonna be out of here fast. I'm telling you, we're gonna be out of here real fast. So ask your questions. Listen, pay attention to this one. This is very important because I've done it too. I wish somebody would lie and say they didn't do it. So, let me pull up the slide. My bad. So on this slide, it was like I mean it's longer ago now. It was like 36 minutes ago. A victim lost $150,000 by copying the wrong OKX deposit address from a contaminated transfer history. So let me slow this down because maybe not everybody has done this, but when you go on the exchanges, it doesn't matter. Centralized exchange, whether it's Bybit, OKX, Binance, whatever exchange, right? So usually, like, say you usually buy your stuff on the exchange and you do what smart people do and you send it to your cold storage wallet, right? And I've done this 1,000 times. I'm not gonna lie. So what you do is you want to do it quick. Maybe you're trying to make some quick trades and you're like, I don't want to miss it or whatever. And so what you do is instead of going to your cold storage, copying and however you send it to your exchange, or whatever, you was like, well, let me just go back in my history and like choose my own cold storage wallet that I used before. That way I know it's the right wallet because I used it before and I transferred it there before. And so you go and click that copy from your transaction history of the past because it's your cold storage. You say, let me copy my cold storage address from my transaction history on this exchange and send it to my cold storage. Well, they got these hackers or whatever. I'm just trying to make it simple for everybody. They can contaminate your history. And so what it's showing is this guy, he thought he was going to make his little quick trade and send it to his cold storage. And we all do this. Don't lie and say you never done it because you have. You look at the first four letters and numbers of the wallet, I mean of the address, and you look at the last couple or whatever. You like, okay, the front matches, the back matches, so I'm gonna go ahead and send it. And plus, it's in my transaction history, so I know this is my address or whatever. Trying to make sure audio's still on. But yeah, so what happened is they contaminated his transaction history, and the front lines up and the back lines up. If you look in the middle, the numbers are different. And so right out of his own exchange account, they messed up his transaction history. So what I'm saying is just every time go to your cold storage or wherever you're sending it and copy it from that source and then bring it back over to the exchange. I know it probably is going to cost you another 25 to maybe 40 seconds if you slow. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't mean it that way. But I'm not saying you slow. It could take time to, like, whether you copying it to your email or however you transfer it, it could take some time. But it's better to take that time to do it than make a buy, and then lose all that money. Cause I feel bad for them because yeah, and I know nobody really wants to read the whole every letter and number in your address because you're like, that's wasting time. But it's gonna get tricky, y'all. They're gonna bring out a lot of different scams. So make sure your address is your right address. Is all I'm really saying. I know that seems amateur, y'all, but I'm guarantee you it's gonna be amateur today. Somewhere 4 months from now, when you forgot about this, please don't let it be you that this happens to, and you be like, man, but I've been doing this so long. I knew what I was doing. Like, it can happen to anybody. Let's move right along. I'm already done with my slides. Everybody's just talking about election. I don't really care, man. The whole topic this morning on crypto Twitter is swing states and what states that Trump has and which ones Kamala coming back in, her making a last stop in New York City that wasn't planned, and I don't care. Yeah. But let me say this because I know some of y'all gonna look at me like, oh man, this dude's crazy. He's a crazy conspiracy theorist or whatever. Listen, it stands. I keep saying this. I wanted to pull up this George Carlin. So he probably old enough to be my great granddaddy, but George Carlin is old school comedian, and he was just talking about the same thing I was talking about, how they use the system to pit us against one another and stuff and fight one another, like everybody's doing on social media right now. But if you really look at it, nothing ever changes. I've used the example in the past. What really put me onto it when I really started thinking about, could they have ran seat 19 the way they did if there was a Republican in office? Because Republicans are like less government. They're not about telling you what to do. It couldn't have been a Republican in office to tell y'all to stay in the house and stay put and all that kind of stuff. It had to be. They had to switch, Trump out. And people was like, hey, man, they switched Trump out because nobody liked him or whatever. And a lot of people don't like him. I haven't liked some of the stuff he did. But so it looks very viable. It looks like it makes sense. Like, yeah, let's get this dude out of office. He's blah, 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 blah. No, they got him out of there. They're like, hey, bro, come on, time out, sit on the bench for a minute. Let's put them in there so they can tell people to stay in the house. It just makes sense. Another thing was, I'm sorry, I'm going on conspiracy lane, but yeah, I ain't gonna go that far. But certain people got to be put in there. But as you can see, like nothing ever changes. They still print dollars, as a lot of people been talking about this morning. Um, and another thing I was seeing some of my friends talk about it quite a bit. A lot of people like to point out, and I told you my take on this as well. Like because I love my lady. I'm big on being a family man. I want to be a father and all that kind of stuff. So childbirth is important to me, and I say a lot on the channel. Nobody cares about whether you a word your child before they're born or if you don't. They just act like that's their side, so you can pick a side. Because when they overturned the Roe v. Wade, who was in office? Trump was. When did it go through though? When Biden was in. So like think about it, y'all. Like this is just to put y'all against one another, and nobody's ever paying attention to like I said. Once again, I don't want nobody. I don't listen. I don't like none of them to be. If you're gonna be honest, they all done made me mad in some type of way. Trump, Biden, Kamala, Bush, Obama, all of them. I really don't. I really don't care like that. I don't be picking no sides, but yeah. But you get so caught up in like, man, I can't believe I saw, especially my lady friends is kind of touchy talking to them about it because I do empathize with it. I do believe if somebody's about to have a miscarriage or something like that, they need the safety is important. I say for me in my situation, as much as I want to be a father and I want kids, some of y'all gonna take this some type of way, but my wife is more important. I'm sorry, like that's just the way it is. Like my wife is going to be there after my children go to college and after they have their own families, and I'm still with my wife until I'm 97 years old. And in the child, I'm going to save my wife. It was the complication. I'm sorry, I'm on a whole nother rabbit hole. Some of y'all probably going to unsubscribe. I really don't care though. But um, if it's a complication of birth, I'm saving my wife. If I got that they ask me the question or whatever. But I do believe that certain safety measures should be put in place. But all I'm saying is to say that Roe v. Wade, they overturned it and became a hoopla under Trump or whatever, but who the Biden and them could have stopped it. So y'all gotta pay attention to stuff and don't be letting people make y'all emotional and just and that's both sides. I know it's right in that scenario might sounds like I'm, you know, uh, uh, going for one side or whatever, but both sides play the games and you gotta I'm gonna get too deep. Anyway, I don't really care, y'all, because everything's gonna stay the same regardless. And whatever happens, the market's gonna go up anyway. Let me get off this soapbox though. Let's move on. So this is an important thing I want to talk about that and I've been talking about it. And I'm gonna say I always try to, I tell the truth on my channel, try to be as transparent as possible. And so even after 3 cycles, there was certain stuff that I couldn't really notice as much last cycle. Um, my mind was more so on trying to like understand crypto more, understand the projects, understand blockchain, and all that kind of stuff. But the same game that they have been playing all year, I think is going to continue. And I'm going to try to explain this slowly so y'all understand, and then we'll be out of here. So I've said this in times past, and I say this probably more in the group that there's going to be some new projects launching. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna get to your comments and questions in a minute too. What I'm doing is when these new projects come out, I'm seeing how they compare to the ones that is already out in the markets, like what the sentiment is going to be. Because like even we talk about with meme coins, like people are like, oh, these meme coins going to be the top ones. Then something comes and changes the narrative, whether it's AI meme coins or Myriad or whatever happens. Um, so like when we talk about the liquidity grab projects and even real projects, yeah, the big influencers do have pull because they're gonna shield to retail, but retail does have power. I don't know why people act like retail has no power because that's the ones we waiting to come in. We waiting for retail to come in and pump our bags. So you want to think how they're going to think. One of the main things people are saying is that they feel like retail is going to come in and invest in meme coins. I do believe that too. Anyway, you got to watch the retail and the sentiment of the market because what I've been saying for the last couple of months is a lot of these projects that have been hot on the beginning side or whatever, and that's no matter what narrative is, whether it's RWA, gaming, AI, some of these projects are going to capitulate because even they're going to be realized like, oh man, you got to realize they've just been building a project. They don't know everything that's going to be on the market just like you don't. Then when they see the competition coming out, they probably telling each other like, "Hey man, they doing it way better than we doing it." So man, mind you, when the projects drop on the market, it might drop to you for $100 million, but they might have bought in it. I'm just throwing out numbers. They might have bought in at 5 million, 10 million. So they already up 10x. They don't care. They'll dump the project off and move on. Like, man, we ain't gonna put in this hard work for marketing stuff and blah blah blah. Project over here is better than ours, and we feel like they're gonna get more mind share. Now, for my next example, I'm not saying that's what's happening, but this is what I'm saying. Why everybody wants to talk in the group about what meme coins are popping and the plays we already holding, even though I feel like they're good, I have to consciously be watching what's going on and what's coming out, what's going on. Because even like Eigenlayer or whatever, like they had like two main devs that like quit the project or whatever, retire, whatever term you want to use. They done with the project. They moving on. And so that's the stuff you got to watch over this next span while everybody's getting hype about election and we finna go parabolic and the alt run is coming and the presidential election, the interest rates are coming, stuff like that. That's the stuff we got to watch. Like behind the scenes, like it's kind of quiet right now. Ain't nobody talking about it, but like they're like, all right, Eigenlayer, we out of here. We about to go do something else. And so we got to watch over the next couple of weeks and months, like which projects are doing is like whether stuff we already holding or maybe something we thought that we not holding. We thought it was going to be bullish or whatever. And they probably like, hey man, Project B is coming out. So we ain't going to be like fighting Project B. And a lot of these projects are going to start capitulating. And as I keep saying, the market is oversaturated. So that's the stuff we got to be watching or whatever. And that's some of the reasons why a lot of people say, hey, I don't want to invest in alts too early. I understand their point of view too. I'm not going to be battling with anybody who's got the best point of view and whose group got the best, because I keep saying a lot of things I say on the channel and other people say on the channel is really just people's patrons kind of compete and say who's the better one or whatever. All I try to say is I got a good patron. I'm not trying to compete with anybody. Everybody has different investing styles. I try to invest in early in altcoins for, like I said, some of the reasons where long-term capital gains or whatever. We kind of like over that window now. So we are kind of like trading with everybody now. And I just try to pick the projects early before people shield them or whatever. But yeah, some projects you're going to see, they're going to be like, all right, we out of here. We distracted our value and we're going to move on. So, and got to watch that and watch the popularity that some of the new projects see, if they become more popular than some of the stuff that's out. And like I said, this week going to be volatile. People trying to figure out, is it going to be sell the news or whatever with the election? I'm of the mindset, if I would just make a straight statement without talking around it too much, I feel like it's really going to be the run is going to be next week. Whether that's them like saying the decision comes late with who the presidential candidate is. Mind you, we also have back to back. The election is tomorrow. Thursday, the interest rate cuts, which we're pretty sure that we're going to get that. But I feel like the real run is going to be next week. I'm feeling like probably like late next week, whatever that's going to look like. I'm trying to get out of here. I'm trying to cover this stuff fast. What is this? What is this? Oh, I was saying, that's what I was trying to say earlier, and I got tied up in my thoughts. What I was trying to say is there's something that I didn't really pay attention to as much last cycle. The summer thing, I thought this like past summer was gonna play out different, but listen, man, they usually keep it the same, if we being honest. So when people are on summer vacation break, they don't want to think about altcoins and all this kind of stuff and watching projects and stuff like that. So the market usually goes down during the summer, and then this fall we get a run. But this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. And when I look back, I didn't look at this too deeply, but I did kind of look into it. When I look back, you got to think it's going to be the same thing probably going in November and December. So I know everybody's talking about the alt run or whatever, but I feel like in between, because it's holiday seasons and people are focused on holiday season, the holiday season, buying Christmas gifts, Thanksgiving, traveling. There can be a lot of traveling. People going to be going for things. Some people going to be going for a week for Thanksgiving, come right back, do it again for Christmas or whatever. Nobody wants to pay attention to, no, I know that's not what y'all want to hear, but nobody really wants to pay attention to the low cap alts, whether it's low cap AI gaming or whatever. When we do get this run, or whatever, I feel like it's going to be Bitcoin and so maybe some of the bigger cap alts or whatever, because nobody just wants to be consciously watching it while they buying Christmas gifts and Christmas decorating and figure out if we going to grandmama's house or whatever. So some of these are going to sit still for a while. So you can see this as bearish, you can see it as good because it means you have more time to accumulate. I feel like most of these probably, be honest, may not really start running. If you look back at the track history, as I always give the example of Matic when it was the Matic token, I feel like it's like when the president gets in office, like we're gonna see those runs or whatever. On like the smaller cap stuff or whatever, like some of the stuff you're waiting on. But in between times, probably gonna be like the mid caps, some of the bigger cap alts or whatever in this between this Thanksgiving and the Christmas time. And so you're probably saying, so what is gonna run? I think it's gonna be the bigger cap alts, the mid cap alts, Stuff under 150 million probably is gonna sit there because nobody wants to deal with that. I'm trying to eat Christmas dinner. Like I'm trying to go snow sledding. We might go to the ski slopes. Nobody's trying to watch their 10 million market cap, 20 million market cap altcoin to see if it's gonna move. They just there's too much of a risk or whatever. So I mean, that's what I feel. But anyways, next thing. So what's gonna happen in this? Sorry, y'all. I got a lot in my head. So what I'm saying is what I didn't notice as much last time is going to be the liquidity grab thing is what I feel like. So I feel like this November, December is going to be meme coins. It's going to be meme coins because people are trying to get liquidity. They're trying to get liquidity for when that alt run really starts next year. You know what I mean? So versus meme coin, you can gamble on a couple of meme coins, jump in and out. You're not watching them like it might be the greatest utility in RWA, AI, or gaming or whatever. It might be the greatest utility pick, but nobody wants to watch that versus meme coins. We can gamble in and out of these real quick during Christmas break at the while we at the Thanksgiving table while we eating a sweet potato pie, or pumpkin pie if that's what y'all on. Sweet potato all day though. I'm definitely team sweet potato, but so I feel like the meme coins are gonna really probably go crazy during this little run here. And then next year, probably after the president's actually in there, everybody's relaxed and ready to, all right, cool, let's get back to this crypto. Then that stuff is going to run. So I feel like you're going to have some more time to get some of these projects or whatever, but still hold your bags or whatever. And I think it's a good thing. I mean, like I said, I was at one point where we thought we were going to have to be done packing in May. Then it was done packing in October, and we just keep getting extra chances. So it's kind of bullish. Oh yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, all right, I guess I'm done. Yeah, then we got the presidential election tomorrow, and then the interest rate cut later. So I think I said everything. What am I at? 21 minutes. I swore it was like 15 minutes. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna answer these comments, questions, and concerns, and then we're gonna get out of here. Good morning, Carmen. Good morning to you, Grand Rising. Tad Ape said, good morning, legends. Yeah, we definitely gonna be legends in here. Yep, done that copy paste from history. Yeah, we all done it. And I don't be honest, I don't feel like it's that amateur of a move. You know what I mean? So it's like in my mind, I'm thinking the same thing. This is my transaction history. I know I've sent it to my cold storage before. So excuse me. You just go ahead and copy it from your history. Not a good move. Please don't do it anymore. I don't want y'all to be bullish, and be up 20x on your portfolio in the middle of the cycle, and then you like try to transfer your gains or whatever and lose them. Like, please remember this. Please remember this stream of the statement, because we're here to make money. Stock market seems like it might be topping out right now. Do you think it's early? Do you think it's too early as it's correlated to crypto? I mean, I haven't really been in stocks in so long, but it's gonna be the same thing. Like everybody's waiting for the election. It's still gonna run. Everything is gonna run after. And I think a lot of people have been saying that, so there's not like some alpha just from me. That no matter who gets in office, it's still gonna run eventually. It's just right now that it's like what is gonna happen. Everybody's standing on the sideline trying to figure out what's gonna happen, and nobody. I don't want to say nobody knows, but I feel like I know. But I'm gonna leave that alone because we already talked about that enough. But everybody's just on the sideline. It's kind of what it is. Well, it's two things. The one overall a thought process of mine shares that everybody's on the sideline waiting to see what happens to the election. My mindset is I keep saying anytime they know a big thing like this coming out, the whales control the market, and it's the whales dumping, and they're telling you that it's everybody on the sideline waiting to see what happens. But in the truth, they've already let, whether it was stocks or crypto, they already let it run up for their gains. Like, I mean, Bitcoin just did a little run the other day, right? They let it run up and they took profits on your heads, and they let you think that it was you, the one that was selling off, but it wasn't you selling off. It was them selling off, and then you just followed their lead because you de-risked because you saw the market going down, and that's what happened. So everybody's sitting on the sideline right now, waiting to see what's going to happen. Then when Trump gets in office, probably going to jump up, boop, boop, boop. Then they're going to let's see what happens to the interest rate cuts, and then they're going to tell you again, like, oh, everybody's on the sideline. I know we just had a presidential election, but we're now we're on the sideline because we're trying to see what the interest rate decision is going to be, even though we know what the interest rate decision is going to be, and then we'll go up again. And then that's why I said I feel like it's really going to be next week when the market really runs or whatever. Yeah, if Trump wins and they do the decision or whatever, cool, quick little spike up. Then they're gonna be like, hey y'all, but wait, look, oh my gosh, we don't know what happens with interest rates. Let's be scared again and sit on the sidelines. Same bullcrap game they keep playing. So anyway, that's what I think. This is just my thought process. It's not fact, nor am I telling the future. It's just my opinion. Take it as my opinion, not financial advice, but I do state my opinion pretty strongly. I know that. So anyway, Full Send Crypto said YT election ads are the worst. Man, I'm so bored. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of election ads. And me and my friends and lady been talking about, like, it's been worse this year, and all this stuff trying to scare you, like who you vote for is not public information, but if you vote, your friends can see that you're a bad person if you do or do not vote, bro. Yeah, I don't know what y'all trying to pull or whatever, but it's just been really crazy this year. Not to mention the ones that they slipped in. I know y'all saw a couple that y'all knew was AI. They was just like trying to see how lazy they could be. Some of the ads with AI, and I'm just tired, man. I'm just sick and tired of it. I told y'all this 8 months ago. I was sick and tired of it, so I'm just ready for it to be over. Um, Carmen said, "Listen, if they." Oh, I'm sorry, I got so much stuff in the way. In the way. You said, listen, if they were this hard on real problems as they do on this election advertisement calls and texts, we would have a lot of problems solved. I'm shaking my head over it. Seriously, man, all the effort y'all putting into this stuff. But that's why I say everything stays the same, and they always blame the other one. If y'all pay attention, like I try to use the Roe v. Wade example. I know that's one of the touchiest ones, but no matter what side you're on, and some of y'all is probably gonna benefit y'all the most. But if you really look into it, how stuff went down, you see that both parties had a part in it. So and I'm just tired of it, man. Tired of it. Who has the most of the Senate, the House, and blah blah, and just all the stuff. Who could? But they control this and that. I'm stop. I'm stop. I ain't gonna turn this into the Truman Show, but it's the Truman Show, man. I didn't make it the Truman Show. They did, and it's just to make people fight one another. And I refuse to. Whether somebody wants to vote for Trump, vote for Kamala, not vote, do vote, late vote, early vote. I don't care. I'm not fussing at nobody about their decision. I see everybody talking about if you don't vote, or if you do vote for the other person, I'm not talking to you and consider you dead to me. I'm like, y'all, I'm sorry. I know some of y'all are probably dead. And I'm not trying to be offensive, but that's stupid. Don't let people turn y'all stupid. Like talking about you going to unfriend people that you know has been good. That's your basketball buddy. Like y'all play ball together or y'all cooked it, whatever, man. And you tell me you gonna unfriend somebody because of who they voted for, man. Don't let these. And that's why they able to run these games, because y'all keep. Here, let me say this, and if it's the last thing I say, the one thing they always do is make you think you decided this. I use this example all the time. I was talking to somebody about the film industry the other day, and I said that's what they did. They made people think it was their decision to go on strike. The writers went on strike, the actors went on strike, and so what happened is that caused us to not have what we call pilot season. Pilot season is when we shoot all the new TV shows that y'all see that comes on Netflix and the TV and all that kind of stuff. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna say, "Hey, this is it's not our fault. It's your fault. Y'all decided to go on strike because y'all wanted more money. So it's your fault that we didn't have a pilot season. It's your fault that you don't have any jobs right now and no TV shows being shot because it was your fault. It was your decision to go on strike. No, it wasn't. They made you think it was your decision. Just like they're saying, well, it's your fault. You guys voted in this president. It wasn't us. In actuality, they just throwing the people in there. It's like, oh, Trump, you can't be in here, bro. We gotta have somebody in here that's gonna tell these people to stay in the house and force them to get a shot. So we can't have you to be in here. Now this time around, there's other stuff we need done. So they're like, all right, we can't. Biden and Democrats, we can't have you in here. But they're gonna make the people think it's y'all fault, and y'all gonna fuss and fight. Whoever gets in there, people gonna fuss and fight for the next 4 weeks about how stupid the other side is. I can't believe y'all voted this person in, blah 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 blah, and they sitting back just laughing at y'all, fighting one another. I mean, all right, I'm stuck because y'all not ready for that anyway. Um, y'all can tell I'm frustrated and I'm just annoyed with all this stuff. Full Send Crypto said, is the ADA being layer is ADA being layer? Who is that, a typo, man? Are you saying is Cardano being a layer one solution for Bitcoin? Oh, you're trying to say is Cardano being a layer one solution for Bitcoin a real thing? Charles Hoskins, I saw him say that, man. Listen, Charles is like, I think he cracked me. I think he said Charles is the smartest grifter or whatever. Like it's like Charles just go whatever he think the narrative is gonna be. Like last cycle, um, what was it called? I can't remember the name of it, but last cycle they were trying to make the first decentralized social media. What was that thing called? I can't remember what it's called, but I don't think that thing ever got over 10 million market cap ever. But Charles, he's a funny dude, man. I don't really care, to be honest. I don't know. I don't really want to say too much, but I don't know. I don't care. Charles said it's a thing, but I don't know. I'm not taking it serious. That's all I can really say. I'm not taking it serious. Blue versus red in first person shooter to sports to politics, tribal psychology, push hard around. Yeah, I mean it's all psychological mess, man. It's just all psychological games, and I just sometimes you got to really dig deep and just see what the root of the problem is. Like I said, nothing ever changes, no matter who gets in office. I think. Oh, I'll say this. Okay, let me not say that like that. I'll say this: when a certain person gets in office, what they do. Look at me at 30 minutes. I said it was gonna be 15 minutes, whatever. What they do, and listen, no, I don't want nobody taking offense. I'm just trying to use examples here. Um, I'm gonna use two of the main examples. When a Democrat or liberal person gets in office, they try to make it more shinier for. I'm trying to think what I can say on stream, y'all. I feel like anything I say is gonna sound some type of weird way. I'm gonna just say how they say it. Okay. When the liberals and Democrats get in office, they make more shiny stuff for like the LGBT community to make you feel like, yeah, see, we're doing something for y'all. And whether y'all want to admit it or not, listen, I got a lot of conservative views. I'm a Christian, all that kind of stuff. But one thing I see that they do when the conservatives get in office, they push a lot of that racial bull crap. And it's crazy because both sides say the other one does it, but I see actually both sides do it. Um, the liberals, they push it like, see, they push more of the police violence and talking about I don't like the idea of the cop cities and stuff like that, but neither here nor there. I keep telling you, I'm right down the middle, y'all. So, but and then what I see is, like I was saying, I didn't like a lot of, whether he knows it or not, it's on the teleprompter, like a lot of the dog whistling they do to racists when Trump is in his, like, giving his speeches and stuff. A lot of my other conservative friends, they don't notice it, and just being honest, because they're not black, they don't be realizing. I'm just like, yo, did you hear what he just said? Like, yo, that was something that why did I forget his name that quick? Wallace. What's his first name? Racist. Oh my gosh. How did his name just jump? Who is this scammer calling me? Why can't I think of his name right now? Forget it. Yeah, Wallace from history, the racist dude. But he'd be quoting like quotes from him or whatever. And I'm like, maybe he does know it, maybe he doesn't. But yeah, I thought my lady was gonna help me out. She knows all this stuff. But anyway, he'll make like these little, like he was the one from last time when the looting starts, the shooting starts. I was like, yo, did he just say that? But my other conservative friends don't notice it. But once again, both sides play the game. They both dog whistle to their people. And that's why I say y'all just be fighting each other and not really looking at what's going on, because you don't want to see it. You want to be blind to whatever your side is, and you want to act like everything they do is right, and you just turn a blind eye to everything. And because I am a person that walks down the middle, and I'm not far left or far right or any of that stuff. I can see what both sides are doing, but most people, they can't see it. Like I keep trying to tell my friends, it's like, I think Kamala's. I'm on the soapbox. Whatever, who cares? I keep saying it, and I kind of watch how I say it, because in the daytime we in now, like everything is misogynistic and it's touchy and offensive. But I was like, I'm not talking about her as being a woman. I'm like, she's doing a bad acting job. Like she's like nervous. She's always laughing and giggling. Like, how do y'all think this giggle bot is gonna be the president? Like, once again, it's not because she's a woman. So please don't try to act like I'm being misogynistic. I'm just like, but she's nervous. Like, you could tell she's acting, and she got signed up for this acting job before she finished her improv and Meisner class. Like, she should have took a little Meisner class before she got into this. But it's like so obvious that she's just trying to fulfill her part of the deal and just get this campaign over and keep the act going so she can go back. Memory stop. I'm about to say something I shouldn't say. All right, I'm stuck. But it's just, to me, it's really obvious. And I guess maybe that's because I'm an actor. I can tell it's bad acting. But anyway. Crow. I don't know Crow like that. That's the big dude, right? And he like 7 feet tall, looks like a wrestler. I don't know him that well. To be, I rarely know anything about him, so I don't know whether you should trust or not trust him. I know absolutely nothing about him, to be honest. Except for, if I'm correct, I think he's like 7 feet tall. That's literally the only thing I know about that guy. Um, They promise inclusiveness to groups who feel left out. Exactly, that's what they both do, and that's why everything is getting so far left and far right with everybody. And literally, you don't have to talk to me. You don't have to respond to me. You in a chat. You at your own home. You sitting on your couch. Ask us, like, really look into whatever party you in. You got to realize that both parties are far. None of them are moderate anymore. Everybody's far left or far right. And you just got to make sure you don't get caught up in that mess, man. Like, for real, like I ain't trying to sound like no Buddhist monk or nothing, but like, really, life is really about your friends and family. And for y'all to be like turning on your friends and family, it's real sad to watch, man. It's real sad to watch. And like I say, I'm not trying to be like no Miss America pageant or nothing, but y'all, these politicians ain't a part of your life. Most of the stuff that they say is gonna change. How many? I'm so sad. Here's the one they all. How many times has both sides promised we gonna delete student debt? You lying mofos. Like, none of y'all ever do it. Not in the slightest. Y'all just keep promising the same bull crap, and people, y'all so quick to forget. Like, how many times have both sides promised they was gonna do that? And they never do it, and y'all just fall for it every single time. Um, do you feel we are on track with the 4 year cycle? Seems very much so. Yeah, they slowed it down a lot, right? Because I think last spring, I wish somebody would lie, but we all was like, oh, it's gonna be fast, it's gonna be fast, it's going fast. And it's because people front ran the ETFs, but they made sure to slow it all the way down. We was all excited last year, and then we had this boring like 8 months. Uh so yeah, it feels like it, but never know what wrench they're gonna throw in it, because we had September was supposed to be Rectember. September looked better. October was supposed to be Uptober, but it looked I mean, it still was like, well, it was like 8 to maybe 10% gain, but it wasn't what people thought it was going to be. So the thing is, I saw somebody talking about this morning. You got to take profits when you can. Like, nobody, you're going to look back and be like, man, if I held on, I could have had a 200x instead of a 100x. Like, don't do that. Like, take your profits, and we going to definitely be talking about that more as the cycle goes on, sell alerts and when to take profits and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have some bags that you feel like you took profits too early. But as I keep saying, if you 20, 30x your whole entire portfolio, you done great. You done much better than any other market. There's no other place you can get, excuse me, no other place you can get those types of returns. Now I'm at 37 minutes. Man. Um by the way, sorry, my phone screen just cracked. Thanks for dealing. Oh, I think you were saying with the typo. Oh yeah, it was cool. It ain't nothing. Hawkeye said, "True, she's a bad actress." Yeah, she is. It's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. Versus, Trump just goes out there and just goes out there and just be's the egotistical, proud guy. He just talks out his, So versus her is just trying to figure out, all right, what do I do? What do I say? And like, it's more evident with her, even though he should be thinking more about what he's saying. He don't. He just be running his mouth. So it is what it is. Cat. Oh, so you just gonna flex on us? Cat Loco said my student debt got canceled, by the way. But via class action. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I saw that. I was like, you just gonna flex on us like that? Mine's is not that bad, to be honest. So I'm really not going. I can't really complain about that. But all I say is, they try to use that to sway people, and they never do it. This is a bunch of promises, and I don't know. I'm just a really observant person, and I didn't realize how short term. Like, it's only 4 years, y'all. It's 4 years. Y'all don't remember 4 years ago when they promised all the stuff and they never did it. But every election, people forget. Um, but yeah, you are blessed. Cat Local Beats. Um, yeah, mine's not too bad though. Mine's not too bad. But yeah, I guess I lied again. My concept, somebody told me, they said sometimes I'm bad with time because I'm optimistic. I kind of am an optimistic person in ways. And so I always think I have more time than I do. So somehow 15 minutes turned into 2.7 times 15 minutes. But whatever, man. I was answering y'all questions, so maybe that's why I went longer. But I think if I can go back to the main topics or whatever, I mean, you still should watch the stream or whatever. But if you don't, we got the presidential election tomorrow. We got the interest rate cuts later. They can use both of these events to make the market go up and down. It's going to be volatile week. They could also postpone the decision to saying like, oh, we don't know. It's not clear who the winner is yet. But I feel like next week we can get some happy times, get some happy times. So that, and I feel like it's gonna be liquidity grab. People trying to get their money for the actual alt season, alt run. So it's probably gonna be like meme coins doing anything for a minute, and like I said, some of the higher and mid cap altcoins or whatever. But I'm not trying to be negative, but I don't want you to get too hopeful about your under 50 million and 20 million market cap altcoins thinking they're going to like do a bazillion X or whatever. It's probably not going to be what's happening. Most people are going to be trying to gather liquidity with meme coins and stuff. So just hold on. And yeah, I think that pretty much covered it. So if you want to join the Patreon, it's at patreon.com/cryptozo. I keep forgetting to put this somewhere in the front or the middle because I really don't be thinking about it. But yeah, just try to relax. I'm not trying to sound too. Listen, you vote for who you want to vote for. You don't vote. Somewhere along the trajectory of whatever, if you believe in dimensions and time portals, God, whatever you believe in, what's going to happen is going to happen. You just sit back and watch the show. Don't be kicking the TV when it don't come out the way you want it to. Like, that's unnecessary stress. Last thing I'm gonna say for real. I went through a relationship, like, and it was pretty bad. And I had 2 transient ischemic attacks. I never know if I'm fully saying that correctly. But man, after that, I was like, I'm too young. This is stupid. And I just learned a lot, not let stuff stress me out. I know this, I had some kind of like minor blowups on my channel or whatever. And I always try to dial it back. And I always tell y'all, like, hey man, I'm trying to be a better example. Or whatever. And I delete that stuff. I'm, not because I'm like, ooh, somebody saw the bad side of me. I don't give a crap. Like, I'm human. I'm gonna blow up. Y'all blow up too. Y'all probably be punching holes in y'all walls. So don't act like I'm something wrong with me for fussing. So it's not that I'm trying to hide that. If somebody brings it back up, like, hey, I remember you did this on your channel. I'm like, who cares? Yeah, I did it. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm not trying to be in competition with anybody, but I just try to watch without let stress me out. And I'm not about to let no presidential election stress me out. Whatever happens tomorrow happens. I'm gonna still be fixing my dinner, my lunch, eating my ice cream. I'm gonna be on complete chill mode, watching the market, see what happens. And so you cause unnecessary stress on yourself and have a stroke over this bull crap. Like, it don't matter, y'all. It don't. End of the day, you gotta fix. As people say, no politician is gonna save you. And I feel sorry for people who. There's some, like I said, there's some issues that are more serious, like the Roe v. Wade and abortion and around the health issues surrounding that. Police brutality is a serious thing too. There are some serious issues, but at the end of the day, you just got to do the best to control your own life. Don't expect no Trump, no Kamala, no Biden, no Obama, none of these people to save you, because that's just not how it works. Because at the end of the day, you still going to your same job, still the same coworkers that you don't like. You got to figure out how to get to the next level, whether it's getting a better job or escaping the job in the rat race through crypto. That's your main focus. Don't be wasting 2 hours on the phone with your auntie and nobody talking about, yeah, they should have voted this person. No, sorry, Aunt Lucy or Grandmama, I can't spend my time talking about this. I got to pay attention to crypto and changing my life. I love you, Grandmama. There's gonna be people want to spend time talking about this stuff. I have nothing to say to y'all. Cool, whatever happens. I'm cool. So yeah, once again, I'm not your life coach. You do what you want to do, but just, it's for your health, man. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Patreon.com/cryptozo, and I'm see y'all next time.